Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Pike. This is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, March 25th. On today's show, Leslie Brand invites us for a road trip on Route 66. We'll also see part 2 of our time-lapse feature on the construction of the new LifeQuest Aquatic Center. But first, join us this morning for the Assisted Living Spring Open House and Tour, where you can learn from Rita Southern the details of how you can access assisted living when you need it, and also enjoy a light continental breakfast. Then go on a tour, including sneak peeks at a number of residential apartments, as well as taking some time to mingle with Shell Point's assisted living ambassadors. The event starts at 9 a.m. in the Arbor Dining Room. For more information, call 454-2077. Also today, the Shell Point Golf Club welcomes the fine people of Bridgestone Golf Balls, who will offer a free golf ball fitting, matching you up with the golf balls that are just right for your game. This free event happens today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Shell Point Golf Club. For more information, call the Shell Point Golf Club at 433-9790 or visit shellpointgolf.com. Today is also Adrian Kerr's final history class of the academy semester about the history of Pakistan and Afghanistan. This class begins at 10 a.m. in the Grand Cypress Room. Now, Terry Kolath wanted us to let you know that Adrian Kerr is working on a part 3 to his Pakistan-Afghanistan series, focusing on the modern current events surrounding these two countries. It's scheduled for Tuesday, May 6th, and we'll have more information about it when the Summer Academy brochure comes out. Now, this afternoon, you can talk about education at Library Book Talk. The featured book this month is by Michelle Rhee, and it's called Radical: Fighting to Put Students First. Educator Phil Gannon will certainly have a thing or two to say about this book, and you can join him at Library Book Talk, happening this afternoon at 2:15 in the Manatee Room on the island. Refreshments will be served, and all are welcome. And tonight, it's the final concert of the season for the Southwest Florida Symphony Orchestra, focusing on a romantic master composer, Felix Mendelssohn. The symphony calls this program their Mendelssohn Marathon and includes 2 of his Scottish-inspired works, the symphonic poem Fingal's Cave and the evergreen Scotch Symphony. In the Fair Melusina Overture, mysterious water sprites and ancient curses abound. And twilight becomes magical with his most famous of works, the Overture to Midsummer Night's Dream. Join us for a Mendelssohn Marathon tonight at 7:30 p.m. in the church auditorium. Get your tickets at either service desk. Now, we want to look ahead to next month, when the Resident and Employee Variety Show returns to the Shell Point stage. In years past, we've had themes like Hee Haw, the USO, and even the Blues Brothers. This year, the theme is Route 66, and we need your help to make it happen. Here's Leslie Brand with a preview.
Yep, there's nothing like getting your car out onto the open road and heading out west, getting your kicks on Route 66. Look, there's an old Texaco station. And there's a great driving restaurant over there. I've got some classic tunes on the radio. Yeah, this is going to be the best road trip ever. Okay guys, this is totally fake. We're not really fooling anybody. But you know what? You don't actually have to go out west to enjoy Route 66. Just think of the classic songs, the skits, the poems about road trips, mom and pop burger stands, and your favorite class of cars. That's exactly what we're looking for at the Route 66 Variety Show, coming on April 29th. If you want to perform one of the classic car songs, like Little Deuce Coupe or King of the Road, we want you. Or if you've got a talent that brings back memories of the Western U.S., then show us your 4 minutes of fame. just contact me, Leslie Brand, at 454-2057 to audition your act. But don't delay. The deadline to sign up is next Tuesday, April 1st, which will soon zoom on right by. So sign up for the Route 66 Variety Show, and we'll see you out on the road. Woohoo!
We now turn our attention to the brand new LifeQuest Aquatic Center. Yesterday, we told you about our time-lapse camera, which filmed the entire construction process of the Aquatic Center from July of last summer all the way to the pool's grand opening this month. In Part 2, we'll learn about all the finishing touches, such as how a chickie hut is built, and how the parking lot also doubles as a retention pond. Let's get started. Hi everybody, it's Jared Pike here with Shell Point TV. With me is Bob Southern, the Director of Project Development. And today, we're going to look at footage that we've shot of the Aquatic Center, the LifeQuest Aquatic Center, as it's being built. So now the pool's covered in concrete, the buildings, the exteriors are done, and they're working on the interiors. Now I see they're kind of digging trenches here. What are they doing?
They are running more pipes around, and they're underground utilities of various types, and it could be irrigation, it could be electrical, it could be plumbing. There's just a myriad of pipes running all over that site, and it was a great challenge to work in the pool project with all the existing underground utilities that run through that site, and plus add all the new ones that we had to put in. And we had to reroute a few heavy communication and phone lines around the site. So it's always a challenge in a area that has been developed to work around what's there. And some things you know ahead of time, and some things you find by accident, and that's never a lot of fun.
All right, I see more stakes here. What are they staking out?
Well, they're starting to stake out where other things are going to occur on the site, where there are going to be sidewalks, where there will be planter beds, where paver blocks will go. I was joking with the superintendent. It looked like he was going to start planting his tomatoes out there. There were so many stakes. But you're starting to lay out the site so that the superintendent knows where he's going to put in his sidewalk, and where the edge of the pavement is, and where the street starts, and where the palm trees go, and all the stuff you see out there now. It's not left to happenstance. Surveyors come out and they lay out corners of things so that this is where the pavement ends, and this is where the planter bed starts. And so that's all over that site. You'd see stakes telling him where the pavers go and where the concrete starts and stops. And
they're still hauling in more dirt.
Still hauling in more dirt.
That's a never-ending thing, isn't it?
That's a never-ending thing. You take dirt out, you bring dirt in. What they're doing now is spreading the sand that goes under the paver bricks. We call them paver blocks, paver bricks, but there is a compactable, nicely smoothable sand that you put under the paver brick, and under that is a very compactable material that they run around on first that gives you a good hard base. And then the sand is something that the guys can smooth out nicely that they then lay the pavers on. So there are built-up layers that as you get up to that layer, even with the pool deck, of all that material in there.
I see them laying the curbs.
Yeah, they're starting to form the site. And because we had such a restricted schedule, so much we had to get done, and so much that needed to be done, we did some areas, and then we had to leave some openings so you could get in to deliver palm trees or get in to finish certain things. But we couldn't wait to do the entire perimeter, so we did some things and then left other things go to finish later.
All right, trees coming. This is a big day.
Yeah, we brought in some of the bigger trees and some of the perimeter stuff, but particularly the bigger ones that had to go into the site, and the ones that went deep into the site as early as we could. And then you had to really make sure you kept them watered while this other construction work was going on, because we had no irrigation system. Now we're into the time of the year when you're not getting any rain.
Right.
So we had a day laborer out there, and one of his jobs was just to water trees every day.
Wow.
Run around with a hose and keep the trees wet. They're expensive palms, and you didn't want to risk losing them and not keeping them wet.
Let's talk about the Chickee Hut, and I've never seen a Chickee Hut being built, so why don't you describe it? They actually build it on site. They don't have it in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, the Chickee Hut is built and used by the Native Americans that lived in Florida, the Seminoles or the Miccosukes, and they have used it for shelter for generations, and it's made out of cypress and palm fronds, and they bring all the materials out on a truck, and they construct it right on site. It's been modernized a little bit. The posts at the bottom are now pressure-treated lumber, so they have upgraded that, but enjoyable to watch it because nobody's out there with tape measures, or it's all done by eye, and the horizontal roof members are essentially at the height they are because the guy would put his foot on the one below and his knee would be kind of where he'd lay the next one and nail it in place, and then the fronds are kind of pre-cut, and the guy on the bottom puts a nail in one place, and then the guy comes up, drives the nail in the rest of the way, and cuts the frond off at the right length, and they're passing up fronds as fast as they can, and in like 5 hours they had that structure built, and they were out of there.
It's amazing, and those things last.
They do last. The fronds will last probably 7-8 years or longer. If you don't have any bad windstorms.
All right, I see them bringing the pavers in. Talk about that job.
The guys doing the pavers, after you've got a compacted sub base in there, they then bring in this good clean sand that they spread around, and they level it out. They've got different patterns they use for laying pavers. This particular pattern out there, for the most part, is called a random T. And if you look through most of it, you'll see a T shape that shows up periodically, and it's random, which is why they call it random T. But they got guys who have very good, strong backs who bend over all day long, and guys keep feeding them brick, and they keep laying them and hardly ever straighten up, it seems like. And they just keep laying them by hand, brick after brick after brick, cutting, many, many bricks to fit around things.
So while they're doing the pavers, we see on the left that guys have poured sidewalks for the main building here, and now they're working on these parking spots.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing that we did there. We have to, for a lot of years, you've had to contain the water that runs off of your project during a storm on your project site. You can't just let your storm water run out into surrounding water bodies or somebody else's property the way it had done for many decades. And in this particular case, or in many cases, it's done in a stormwater retention pond. But it really wasn't a great place for a retention pond in this area. So we accommodated a lot of our retention under these parking lots with a series of different size gravels layered over top of each other, and then a paver brick laid on top of that that's called a pervious paver. And it's pervious because it's got wider spacing between the brick so that water percolates through that paver arrangement quicker and then filters down through these various thicknesses of gravel and then percolates into the soil over time. So that our water retention is actually accommodated in the new parking areas that we put in around the new pool, the Aquatic Center. So we didn't have to have a retention pond per se, but it's handled right here in these parking lots. It's not only an attractive parking lot, but you don't even know it's a retention pond if somebody doesn't tell you that.
All right, we're getting down to the home stretch here, and I see that they take away the mobile office here.
There it went.
That's a landmark in construction, isn't it?
It is. That means you're usually within the last week or so Now you're trying to finish the site and get ready to open very soon.
They're putting water in?
We're filling the pools. We filled them with our fire hydrants. Actually didn't take too long to do that.
And then
more plants.
More plants, make it look really nice. And then I guess the final part is the road.
Yes, we had to change the grade of the road around the new Aquatic Center in a number of locations. So you see the work they're doing right up against those new areas. And then because we impacted this road here between the guest house and the Aquatic Center, I had them put a new layer over that area, which is what you see happening there. And then restripe the existing areas and new stripes on the new areas.
What is this blue hose here? Is this a final wash down, I guess?
Yeah, that's the final filling. I think they're filling, topping off the exercise pool there, and a little bit of wash down as they need to. Now we're getting the paver, the parking blocks in and getting them painted.
And then it's time for a party.
And it's time for a ribbon cutting. There comes the chairs.
So this was a pretty cool day, Bob, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice to get it done and dedicate it, and it was beautiful. It was really fun to show it off, and we were quite happy to do so and get everybody in there and have them take a look at it.
And I see that you were the first one in.
Yeah, we were told that we were going to have to get in there and cut the ribbon, so I got the shoes off and got in, and Scott and Don and Pete were in there. And
I think that's quite appropriate that you were the first one.
I guess so. The water wasn't too cold as long as it didn't go over your ankles at that point. We didn't have the heaters on yet.
It looks like everyone's enjoying this pool immensely. What do you think of the job now that you've seen it completed?
Well, I think it's a wonderful addition to the island. I think it's so far above where we started with the old pool. The old pool was wonderful for its time. It didn't owe us anything. It had been there for over 40 years. And it was time for it to take its rest. And I don't know that there's many retirement communities in the country that can say they've got an aquatic center like this one. So I think it's something we can be very proud of.
It's great. We've been looking at the footage of the Aquatic Center of the construction with Bob Southern. For Shell Point TV, this is Jared Pike. Now that the LifeQuest Aquatic Center is open, we encourage you to get out there and give it a try. In fact, the exercise pool is now officially hosting the aquatic exercise classes that were being held in the Island Health Club pool, which is now permanently closed. Every morning at 9:15, Melanie Brode teaches the Aqua Motion class, which is an easy and fun way to stretch those muscles. And because the water is shallow and there are grab bars all the way around, you're always safe in the new exercise pool. There's also a new class on Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 10:15 called Aqua Flex, designed for those of you who are comfortable in deep water. Floating and treading in deep water is one of the best workouts you can get. And with the new deep water pool at the Aquatic Center, you can burn those calories and build up strength. Finally, Shell Point also offers one-on-one personal training in the pool. It's an excellent alternative to land-based weight machines, and it's also great fun being in the water. To learn more about Aquatic personal training, call Michelle Smith at 454-2107. So, whether you go there to exercise, or you just want to float around or lounge by the hot tub, the LifeQuest Aquatic Center is now open for business from sunrise to sunset every day of the year. Now, it's time to cover all of Tuesday's happenings from Resort Services. Then stay tuned for your Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections.
Welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Bev Chandley, and I'm going to go over the activities that we offer here Tuesday, March 25th. At 7:15, we have our first Health Connections class of the day. It's called Bend, Breathe, and Balance. That'll be in the Health Club on the island. 8 o'clock, we have Round Robin Devils tennis down at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 8:15, the Stamp Ministry will be down in the Stamp Room in the tunnel. We'll move to 8:30, where the Ladies Golf Association will be at the Shell Point Golf Club. At 9 o'clock, Assisted Living Springtime Open House and Tour will be going on. That'll be held in the dining room at the Arbor. A couple of 9 o'clock activities. We have a 9 o'clock bocce game at the Woodlands Bocce Courts. And we also have pickleball at the Pickleball Court behind the Resident Activity Center. 9:15, open painting will be going on down in the tunnel. That'll be in the art studio. At 9:30, we have match play mixed doubles tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. At 10:15, we have Through the Bible study group. They'll be gathering in the Osprey Room. Our Susie Q boat will be going out to Rum Runners for lunch today at 11 o'clock. Sign up is required for those trips. And then we have an 11:45 class, Health Connections, Living Healthy, and that's held in the Osprey Room. I'm going to continue on in the afternoon at 12:30. We have Mixed Progressive Bridge. That'll be in the game room of the Woodlands. At 1:15, we have a Knitters group in the Osprey Room. Also at 1:15, we have a shuffleboard game at the Shuffleboard Court. Then we have a 1:15 Rollicking Recorderist practice down in the Tarpon Room. And then finally, we have a 1:15 Women's Ministries prayer group. They'll be in the hospitality room of the Village Church. At 1:30, the Stamp Ministry will be down at the Woodlands in the Sable Room. 2:15, the Library Book Talk will be in the Manatee Room. We have a Health Connections class at 2:45. This is Balance and Mobility Training Level 2. That'll be in the Health Club on the island. That's currently full. Then we'll move to 3:15, where the Celebration Ringers rehearsal will be in the choir room at the Village Church. At 4:15, my Health Connections class, Tai Chi Cha practice sessions will be down in the Health Club. That's currently full. And we round out the evening at 7:30 with the Concert Southwest Florida series, the Mendelssohn Marathon. That'll be at the Village Church. You do need to have a ticket for that. That concludes our activities for today, and we will be back here again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Kolath. Today in the Academy of Lifelong Learning, we have the story of Pakistan and Afghanistan taking place at 10 o'clock in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands. You may sign up at either service desk. I encourage everyone to take a look at the auxiliary box on the back page of the weekly reminder to see how you can make a commitment for a few hours a week that will make a great difference in the lives of our residents in the pavilion.
Menus for Tuesday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is baked salmon with whole wheat pasta primavera. The dinner special is the build your own stir fry bar for $12.95, and the soup of the day is baked potato. In the Island Cafe for lunch, enjoy barbecue chicken with Swiss with coleslaw and chips for $7.25. The dinner special is warm pork and apples with red potatoes and sauerkraut for $8.25. Dinner specials in the Palm Grill are Florida Grouper for $18.95 or grilled sirloin for $16.95. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Greetings and welcome to Village Church Connections. Over the course of the past few weeks, you've heard us talking about the Women Who Dare to Believe conference happening right here at Shell Point. The dates are April 4 and 5. This is a very special privilege for all of us and an opportunity we are very excited about. Friday night will be a 90-minute dramatic presentation that highlights many of the women in the Bible. A dessert buffet is being provided for this event, and everyone is invited, men and women. Doors will open at 6:30, and here's a preview of what you can expect.
Two veteran actresses bring to life 21 women from the scriptures. Bonnie Keene and Nan Gurley portray the women God used to fulfill the covenant and bring in the Messiah. With cutting-edge dialogue, original music, and creative interaction with the audience, this 90-minute musical will inspire viewers with the stories of women who dared to believe and pushed against the pressures and culture of their day. The scarlet thread of hope runs through the stories of Rahab, Tamar, Leah and Rachel, Deborah and Esther, Anna and Mary. Like women today, these women knew this was their hour. This was their moment. On a bare stage, two women using 20 feet of scarlet fabric leave audiences breathless with the stories of the blood of Jesus running through time, from the garden to the empty tomb.
Tickets for Friday night only are $15, and they are available by calling the church office at 454-2147 or stop by at your convenience. We encourage you not to miss this meaningful evening. Then ladies, Nan Gurley and Bonnie Keene will be leading 3 sessions on Saturday for ladies only. Tickets for the entire weekend are $45 and include the Friday night performance and 3 Saturday sessions, as well as a delicious catered lunch. Those tickets are available as well at the Village Church. So please join us April 4 and 5. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
We're glad you joined us for today's show. Tune in tomorrow as we take a look back at the beautiful works displayed at the Shell Point Art Show. We'll also travel out to Shell Point's newest neighborhood, the Estuary, where construction will begin very soon. Until then, this is Shell Point Today for Tuesday, March 25th. I'm Jared Pike, and from all of us here at Shell Point TV, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.